Hello and welcome to the Command Podcast, where our mission is to help you take command of your mind, your body, and your future to create a powerful, effective individual who has a desire to immerse themselves in greatness. Join me on this mission of becoming the next generation of leaders to make living with integrity badass again. I'm your host, Trenton Ebersol, and now it is time to take command. This is the Command Podcast number 31. And today I want to talk about the interconnectedness of personal growth, whether it be your fitness, personal development in your skill sets, your career, business, whatever it might be. I want to talk about the interconnectedness and why in the Command Project, why I put fitness and your health at the front of the line. Well, for one, what good is, being successful, having a lot of money, growing a life that you can be proud of if you can't be proud of yourself, your own body, your own vessel that you basically navigate this world with. So that's why health is so important. And the reason why I believe, and I really know it as a fact, and a lot of people know this, that the principles that apply to getting in shape, building muscle, getting lean, losing body fat, staying in shape, being healthy overall, the principles that apply to making that happen apply to every other aspect of your life. So if you want to start a business, if you want to get a good job, learn a new skill set, become more valuable in the marketplace, if you want to be a good parent, all that stuff takes discipline. It takes mental fortitude. It takes you getting better every single day and doing what you know you should do even when you don't like to or even when you don't want to. So that's why physical fitness is really where you should start, because if you can learn the skills, and I did this at a young age. I grew up fat. I was like 215 pounds when I was in middle school, when I was 4 feet 8 inches tall. When I was under more than a foot less than I am right now. I weighed the same as I do right now, but it was all fat. It wasn't muscle. So I learned the skills to this very early on because I didn't want to be fat. I didn't want to get picked on anymore. I didn't want, to feel like a worthless human because I couldn't even, hold myself back from eating a whole bag of hot Cheetos every single day after school and then going home and just playing video games and nothing else. So that was uncomfortable for me. So I decided to make a change, starting about sophomore year in high school. I started by mostly just going hiking. I would go up to my grandpa's house in Oregon and live with him for months out of the year. And he had 600 acres of logging property behind him that he patrolled. He was a retired Los Angeles County sheriff, and this logging company let him patrol their land. So I got to go hunting there. I got to do all kinds of stuff. So I spent every day when I was up there, this is really when I first lost the weight for me growing up as a fat kid. And as you guys have heard, if you've been listening to me a long time, you know that I've had many ups and downs in my life, but I grew up as a fat kid. So this is the first time I lost the weight in my life. And what I did was I would go hiking. I would go deer hunting and I'd hike, 6-7 miles a day, 8 miles a day, up and down through these ravines with my 308 Remington 700 on my back, and I would just hike. And then I started doing pull-ups. I didn't have a gym. So, if you don't have a gym and you want to get in shape, you don't have to have a gym to get started. So what did I do? I went hiking. So I got a lot of cardio, and I started doing pull-ups and push-ups and some core workouts. No weights, no equipment. All I had was on his back porch. He had, there's a canopy over his back porch, in between where the gate going into this back porch was, there's a little wraparound fence on this porch, and there's a spa in there. So I'd open up the gate, and there's a 2x4 that went across right there for the support. And I would just do as many pull-ups as I could. Well, I always hear people say, well, I can't do any pull-ups. Well, guess what? I couldn't even start to do a pull-up when I started doing that. And I would just go out there and I would try to do a pull-up every single day. And after a few weeks or a couple weeks, I could do one pull-up. And then I would keep going out there every single day just trying to do one pull-up. And then eventually, before I know it, I could do 2 pull-ups. And very quickly, I got up to where I could do 8 to 10 pull-ups just because I started trying every single day. It doesn't matter if you can't do it. Go out there and hold yourself. Work on that grip strength. Start trying to do a pull-up. Find somewhere to do a pull-up. You don't need a fancy pull-up bar. Do push-ups. Do your chest. Do core exercises. There's things that you can do that you have at your disposal right here at this second to get in shape. So stop using the gym as an excuse. And I took those principles and I applied it to other areas of my life. I was never a school person. I failed all the way through high school. Somehow I still got a diploma. I was not a school person, still am not a school person, but I still self-educate. I read books now. I never read books in high school. I never did anything. But now I find myself reading books, taking courses, learning from people, paying for coaching because I want to be successful in my life. I want to make more money. I want to make a bigger impact in the world. I want to help people, and I want to bring these skills that I started learning when I was, that fat sophomore in high school. I started applying those skills and learning those skills on how to produce a result in myself. And once you learn how to produce a result in yourself, in your body, you can take those principles of working hard, being, consistency, discipline, doing the thing that you should do, like eating healthy and exercising, even when you don't want to do it. Now you can take those and apply it to learning new skill sets, practicing those skill sets, having conversations with the right people, getting in uncomfortable situations that could move you forward, going to work, applying yourself at your job the best that you can, and understanding that the way you show up at your job, even if you don't like your job, maybe you don't work at a good company, you don't like your boss or whatever, understanding that the way that you show up to that job is going to be how you show up to your next job. So you need to think of those things as, I am doing this for myself. I'm showing up for myself to cultivate the skills, cultivate the mindset necessary to go out and kill it at my next job as well. So if you're sitting there struggling right now, and trust me, I get it. I've struggled so much in my life. I've had very hard times. Even recently, my work is starting to slow down a little bit now, but I worked a lot this year. And I'm having a hard time kind of transitioning back into being home more. And for me, I have to get something done every single day or else I'm absolutely miserable. So that's where I'm going to start applying those skills that I've been doing at work and applying it to this, my podcast, being more consistent with this, starting a YouTube channel. Hello, YouTube. I'm new to YouTube. Thank you for watching if you're watching this on YouTube. If not, and you're listening to podcasts like I've always posted these to, please go check out my YouTube channel because I'm going to start posting hopefully every single one of these to YouTube as well. But I need to take that energy that I've been putting towards working 16-hour days, 6-7 days a week, grinding asphalt and working on the highways in California and Nevada. I need to take that energy and I need to direct it towards my business and towards my physical fitness. I did very good this year with keeping up on my physical fitness, better than I ever have because I work a lot, 60 to 80 hour weeks usually. And I probably stayed in a hotel about 200 days this year. It was a long year. I stayed in a hotel, worked out on the Nevada-Utah border for a while, a lot of work in Nevada on Highway 80. But anyways, I have to harness that energy and now put it into my business, my podcast, my message, my mission that I'm trying to get out there to try and help people because I am never more miserable when I'm not harnessing that energy towards something and when I'm seeing myself go backwards. So the moral of this whole story that I'm getting at today is if you want to be successful in life, if you want to start a business or have a good career and you want to move up in that career and move into management, or you want to just learn new skills, be a better parent, be a better leader, build relationships that are going to help you move forward, it all comes down to the same principles that your health and your fitness come down to. And your health and your fitness should be your first priority when it comes to taking command of your life. So what can you start doing today if you're struggling with your health and fitness? If you just want to get in shape, you want to look better, you want to be proud of that person looking back at you in the mirror. Well, the good thing is you could do something like I did. Yeah, maybe you don't have 600 acres of land to go hike and go hunt deer and elk behind your house. But that's okay. You have a front door. You have a sidewalk. Here at my house, I got a hill in the back. I live on 10 acres on a mountain. I got a hill that I sprint. I got trails close by. I like to go trail running. I'm not much of a person that likes running on the road. But like I said, I've been out of town 200 days this year. I would always find a gym to go to. And if I didn't find a gym to go to, I'd go work out in the hotel gym. And if I didn't go and work out in the hotel gym, I would walk out of the hotel and I'd go for a 15, 20, 30-minute walk or jog, and I'd come back. So if you're using an excuse like you don't have equipment, you don't have a gym membership to go to, you don't have a gym close enough to your house, that's not an excuse, because you can literally put your shoes on, walk out your front door, walk 15 to 30 minutes away from your house, and then 15 to 30 minutes back to your house. And if you're like me and you work out of town all the time, and you're not always home, you could walk out of your hotel for 15 to 30 minutes and walk back to your hotel. And when it comes down to it, if you're trying to lose body fat, if you're trying to feel better in your body, you don't have to go and lift weights right now. You don't have to go running. In fact, I would recommend you not run, because walking is actually the best way that you can lose body fat. Preferably fasted, but it doesn't have to be fasted. Preferably first thing in the morning. Because what this does is you keep your heart rate low. If you keep your heart rate below 110 beats per minute, you use something called oxidative phosphorylation, which is where your body metabolizes fat rather than glucose or carbohydrates to burn as fuel. So instead of burning the carbohydrates or glucose you have stored where you just ate, you're actually burning body fat. And also walking is good for us. We are bipedal beings. We walk on 2 feet. And our body is designed to walk. Our body is not designed to sit all day. It's not designed to sit in a car. And it's actually not very good for our skeletal system to sit all day. So if you work in an office setting, or like me, I run a machine, but I stand all day in one place, better than sitting. So the least you can do is go for a walk and get those steps in. Shoot for 10,000 steps a day, but at least start with 15 minutes. It doesn't have to be an hour to start with. It doesn't have to be 30 minutes to start with. Something is always better than nothing. Start with 15 minutes, then work up to 20 minutes, and then work up to 30 minutes, and work up to where hopefully you could get a 45-minute to an hour walk in a few times a week, and the other days you could settle for 30 minutes. It depends on the type of results that you want to get. But walking is good for the mind. You could either listen to a podcast, or I like just being alone with my thoughts a lot of the time. Think about my day, think about where I could do better, think about where I can grow, or just meditate. Try to not think about anything. And that's very relaxing and calming, and is good for you to do. So if you're using an excuse that you don't have the stuff that you need to exercise, you're lying to yourself. That is a bullshit excuse, because you can literally walk out your front door for a little bit and then walk back. So if you want to get in shape, start doing that. And then, of course, eventually you should start building muscle, because muscle is in direct correlation to your mortality rate. The more muscle you have, it's been shown that the longer you should live, your mortality rate will go down. So it also makes you stronger. It makes you feel better. And it also raises your metabolism, because muscle weighs more than fat. And the muscle is going to require more calories to maintain your weight, which means you can eat more. So if you like to eat, the good thing is you can actually eat more as you add more muscle without getting fat. That doesn't mean you can binge on ice cream and stuff every night and pizza. You got to still eat clean, but it is the best way to raise your metabolism. So that's what I got for you guys today. If you want to be successful in any area of life, you have to think about the principles that apply to health and fitness holistically. Whatever you do to get in shape, whatever you do to get healthy, lose the body fat and burn muscle, or not burn muscle, burn body fat and build muscle, you can use those same principles to be successful in any area of your life. So my best recommendation to you is start today. Start today by walking, and then eventually, a few weeks out, a month out, when you're feeling better, start doing some body weight exercises, and then hopefully you get a gym membership, because I personally like the gym, but you can get in good shape and you don't have to have a gym membership by just doing body weight exercises and walking. You don't even have to run. And of course, if you want help with this, you can talk to me. I'm certified personal trainer, certified nutrition coach, and I have a coaching program, The Command Project, to help you take command of your mind, your body, and your future, so that you can live a badass life and you can be proud of that man looking back at you in the mirror. So that's what I got for you guys today. Please, whatever you're listening or watching on, please leave a comment and subscribe, because it's going to help me grow this show. I'll talk about the message a little bit here coming soon for those of you on YouTube that might be new to this, but you could go on Apple or Spotify and listen to it, where I talk about the actual message and mission behind the Command Project, because it is much bigger than me and I need your guys' help to grow it. So please like, share this, subscribe, and that's what I got for you guys this week. So join me on this mission of becoming the next generation of leaders to make living with integrity badass again. I'm your host, Trent Niebersol, and now it is time to take command.